as the week's gone. It's been a little bit hectic, as you can imagine. We're glad to have a very good and intense scrimmage yesterday. We're trying to keep them in game shape. We're going to get after it again today. We'll travel up to Vautech and have a light workout up there, get kind of a feel for their turf and surroundings, and be ready to play a very, very good Virginia Tech team. Questions?
I have one.
Health-wise, I guess, battling the virus, how do you feel you guys are going up into Blacksburg and this week?
Yeah, we're okay. We just to tell you what happened is we had 3 inconclusives come back, which, they're invalid, inconclusive, whatever. So I called, Billy Mold down there at USF, and I said, this is what we got. This is the day of the game. And I don't know what to tell you. They're trying to rush them through because they, retested them and trying to rush it through. But the earliest they can get them back is around 1 o'clock. And, he's like, I don't know what to tell you. And he said, look, I can't afford, to spend $2,000-$3,000, put my guys on a bus, get up there, and possibly have to turn around and go home. So we're trying to reschedule it. But again, they all came back negative, so we're fine.
Mead, are there any lineup changes and the rotation changes we should expect this week against Virginia Tech?
Well, we're still the rotation staying the same. The lineup we may tinker with a bit. Logan is back, but it's not 100%. There's certain things he can't do. Nelly's going to be a game time decision. He is progressing. So we're just see what we got and what we feel like, they're throwing left-handers the first 2 games. They've got I think they got 4 left-handers, possibly 5 in their lineup. So again, we're not going to, make wholesale changes, but Ryan Romano is a guy that's in the mix that we haven't discussed a whole lot. He, about a month ago, maybe even 5 weeks ago, broke his nose, got hit by a ball, broke his nose, and had to have surgery and had some complications from that. So he's finally back cleared, and, he played well yesterday. And so there's another infielder that, can run, and he was in the mix early on and then, like I said, got hurt. So he may be in there.
We'll go to Lane.
You only had the one true road trip last year. Did you have any takeaways from that and how you want to handle your team on the road and kind of what you're looking for from your team heading to another team's ballpark?
Yeah, well, we had the Florida trip and then, of course, Duke. And that's what we're going to go over today with our young men. I've talked to quite a few coaches that have been there, and they let a lot of students in, and they're pretty rowdy. And, they know they've got a really good team, and Florida is not, their crowd isn't one that's really, rowdy and gets on the other team, and Duke doesn't, have those type of fans either. So this will be the first time in which, guys are going to have that thick skin and keep their mouth shut and do their job.
Go to Kurt.
I know, obviously, you were hoping to get Carson right back out there in a game. I think he was in line to start 2 Tuesdays in a row. You weren't able to play. I mean, now it's been almost 2 weeks since he's thrown in a game. I guess, do you try and get him back out there this weekend, or is the idea still holding him for another Tuesday start next week?
We threw him yesterday in that scrimmage that was as much game-like as you can imagine. I told him, I said, man, this travel roster's wide open, and we're going to find some guys that do things that we're not doing well right now. And we created a pretty good environment. And, he started yesterday. So, whether we'll use him this weekend, it would be for a short stint. And, we haven't decided anything past this weekend as far as starters.
Go to Corey Clark.
Yeah, I mean, if Matt can't go, who's your backup catcher? And also, what are the odds? Do you think it's 100% or close to it that you can get these midweek games made up at some point in the season?
Well, Colton Benson is our backup catcher. He went all 9 innings yesterday, put him in different situations. He caught very well in replace of Nelly. And so he's got a little bit of experience there. Yesterday, we did go through another catching tryout with Jackson Green being our best option back there. So, he would be the other one. Jackson would go back if something were to happen to Colton. And what was the second part, Corey?
Oh, hold on just a second. Gonna unmute him again.
Just about the midweek games, like what are the odds that you would get to make up the USF game, and if other things happen along the course of the season to make them up?
Well, we left that whole month open in May, in the midweeks, just for situations like that to make up ball games. And, we haven't found a date yet. They have USF has a weird rule that they cannot play midweek non-conference once they start their conference series or conference weekend. So with that being said, it's going to be a challenge, but again, something, they'll lose games to rain, to COVID, whatever, and something will open up. I feel confident.
Go to Brett.
You said last week you were working with Robby, looking at some side-to-side stuff. Last week he seemed to drive the ball to the opposite field with some more authority. Just how close do you feel it is for him to start clicking it and start to look like his old self a little bit?
Brett, I think he's really close. He had a very good scrimmage yesterday. We again ran out the best arms. As far as the bullpen guys that need to throw, and we matched them up, put them in tough situations offensively and pitching wise. And Robby's real close, and he just needs that good couple ball games to get him going and be the Robby that we've all seen.
Go to Max.
Coach, what does sophomore Elijah Cable bring to the team in terms of playing style and leadership?
Yeah, he's that power and speed combination that, again, the lack of reps and being behind because of his hamstring has not helped things. And he's off to a slow start, but put together some ABs yesterday in our scrimmage, and there's no more concern with the hamstring. It's just about getting in there and getting caught back up, and like a number of them, getting that confidence where it needs to be.
Go back to Kurt.
A year ago now, I guess, was kind of the shutdown, and when that happened, I think it was a year ago Friday. I guess just it was a pretty surreal experience. I know the Wednesday night when y'all were playing and everything kind of went down with the NBA and all that. We had to kind of talk you through a lot of it afterwards. Just the days leading up to it that night and the next day. Just walk me through what that was like for you, for the team.
Yeah, it was almost like, okay, we don't know about this weekend, and then it became we don't know about 2 days from now, and then it became boom, that's it. It is a weird feeling. I think it's a weird feeling for everyone coming back around after a year of this. And, I just, again, you got to keep going. And, and I think there was a time period for a lot of our guys that, that drive and that, passion and stuff like that, because you couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It kind of, made some guys different. And, we're still working through all that. We'll address the anniversary of it. We'll talk about it. Just because we got to be right, all on the same page and be right mentally.
Madeline.
Garrett Mathes, he's listed on the roster as a pitcher. The photo of him on the big jumbotron is of him, like it looks like the photo a pitcher would take, but you had him batting, I think DHing. Was that an experiment? How would you grade him? Is he part of your plans moving forward offensively?
Definitely is. His contact rates is very high. When he had back surgery. So when he was at Mercer, all he did was pitch. He went there as a two-way guy. The back surgery was a pretty big deal, and they didn't use him there. And then, when we got him, we had to be real careful with that. And then he pulls his calf muscle, probably 3 weeks ago, I want to say, and got it pretty good. So that took some time, to where we could run him out. But, we've hit with him, the whole time. And he's got that hand-eye coordination, and puts the ball in play and smoked a couple balls yesterday. So he's definitely in the mix.
Yeah, your team is hitting 214 during after 9 games of the season. Just what more do you need to see from your offense, especially going into a weekend road series against a team like this?
Yeah, more than 214. I promise you that. It's never been like that. We've never been that low. Not that batting average is the end all be all, but that's glaring and alarming. The strikeout totals are high, and we've got to correct that and do better at that. And, again, it's confidence. It's, guys, putting too much on themselves and acting like it's the end of the world, and it compounds. And so we're battling some demons, but we're getting better, like I said, and we just got to stay the course.
Good for the last one.
The numbers aren't there for Vince yet, but it seems like he's putting together some at-bats, long at-bats, putting the ball in play and walking. Just how excited are you about him long-term, and do you feel like he's about to break out?
Yeah, you kind of cut out, Brett. Who was it that you were?
Vince Smith.
Oh, yeah. Vinny will put together some ABs now. He's a tough nut that, again, he's a true freshman that is going to be a really good player. He can play different spots. He's got a bunt more. He's got to, focus down. That you can go up in the zone right now and get him. He's got to learn to leave that alone. We're working at it, but, the future is definitely bright for him.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, everybody.